Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I'm Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful, splendid first day. And you know what? I 100%, absolutely 100%, completely forgot what I was going to talk about in this vlog. Seriously, I had an idea for a vlog. I turned on OBS. I started it and now it's gone from my head completely. That happened. Oh, I know. A couple of they don't minor issues. I'm trying to tell myself that they are. Bertie had a fit yesterday. Now the thing is, at his age, 16 years old, it can happen. It wasn't a full, what I would class as a grand mal epileptic seizure or something like that, because I've had dogs that have had that. And if a dog has that kind of complete brain seizure type thing, the main danger is making sure they come out of it before their body overheats, because their bodies can very quickly overheat, and that's the big danger. He had a fit a long time ago, so this is the only second time in his life he's had a fit. Could have been something he ate, could have been anything else. He just started going wobbly and he was sort of weaving and falling against all the objects in the house and things like that. It lasted for about 2 minutes. I got him to lay down and held him. When he came out of it, he went into a corner and he was sick and he lost control of his bodily functions and he peed. That was expected when the dog has it. What is it? What's causing it? Well, at his age, it could just be old age. It could be anything. He's still in pretty good condition. And after the fit, he was fine after about 2 or 3 minutes. It can take an entire day or 2 days for a dog to come back from a full seizure. And if you don't know what you're looking at, it can be terrifying, but I've had dogs all my life. It's so he's fine now. He's he had some bacon yesterday, and I think that might have been, I've done it. A little bit of bacon treat, because it was about half an hour after he had bacon that he had the fit. But I've already notified his vet and let them know. But I don't think there's anything you can do about it. You just keep an eye on it. If it becomes more than a one-off, then that. And now for the next part of the news. Last night, the care home, the person who looks after my mum there rang me. You see, my mum is in end-stage dementia. And the problem with end-stage dementia is you don't know when it's going to end. You don't know when the person's going to, when their body is going to realise that their brain is gone. Well, there's 2 ladies there who look after my mum. Been there for a long time, and they're wonderful people. I mean, when my mum has passed away, I will do a talk about the care home that my mum was in. I've never mentioned what it is, and I won't until she passes away for privacy concerns. But once she's gone, I will talk about the place, because it's the most amazing care home I have ever seen. It feels like home. There's people who work there who've been there. Do you know how I knew that was the place for my mum? I mean, we had been looking after my mum, me and Trevor, in these 2 houses and that for years. How I knew, we went to many different care homes in the city and area, and most of them were like hospitals or almost militaristic. You couldn't just walk in there. You had to make an appointment. You had to go at specific days and specific times to see them and all this kind of thing. The moment I walked into that care home that my mum went into, it felt like a home. We were allowed to walk around. Even the cleaning staff had been there 10, 20 years and knew the names of every patient and would interact with them. I remember walking down the corridor to have a look at the place, and one of the support staff was hoovering in the hallway, and one of the dementia patients was walking down towards them. Instead of just stopping at that, the actual person doing the cleaning actually said, "Oh, hello," talked to her and actually asked her if she wanted to help her clean and that, and this wasn't just for show. This was that thing. You had a code for the door, and except for during a certain virus, you could actually go up anytime you wanted to see your family. Anytime. You didn't have to let anybody know. And one of the primary, they always keep me in touch. Anything that's changed, anything like a few days ago, my mum's, one of her eyes had some gunk in it and wouldn't open up fully, and they had to contact the doctor and get some eye drops for her. And first thing they do is ring me up, and it's like, and the first thing they say, it's okay, it's nothing bad. And then they'll just tell you what's going on if your mum has a seizure. They always and they do reviews and that, and make sure you're part of everything that's happening. And when it comes to getting toiletries and that to my mum and that, I can send them through Amazon and that. I send shampoo and shower gel and toothpaste and that, just the little things like that. My mum's been bedbound for quite a while now. Dementia is horrible. It really is. It's really horrible. Because there's no cure at the moment, unfortunately. And so it is just a degradation. And so she's been bedbound for the longest time. And the balance is to use medication to stop her so she doesn't move too much to hurt herself, because she doesn't really have control of her body anymore. And she can kick out and that so she has to be, in a way, she has to be partially sedated, so that she doesn't damage herself. She's in this cot and she's looked after and she's cared for all the time and never left alone. But she's at that stage where the balance is to enough sedation to make sure that they don't move too violently and hurt themselves, but not too much that it depresses the breathing or anything, and it's a balance act, and it has to be reviews every month. And what happens sometimes in dementia is this, and I saw it when my mum was here. They have seizures. As the dementia is progressing, as it's affecting different parts of the brain, and it's completely random where it affects. Seizures usually end up, your mum or whoever's got dementia can be going like this, and then they'll have a seizure and it'll be drop down in. Some cognitive ability will go, some ability to control a part of the body will go, and then they'll go back along. It's like a stepping system. And so every time a mum has a seizure, something else goes. The damage to her brain has gone further into the motor cortex and all that kind of thing. And now, once again, my brain, I know too much about the disease. Just like with Paola's cancer. So, they rang me last night, and it was funny. Not in a funny ha-ha way. Because she didn't say, "It's okay, there's nothing wrong." That was the normal thing she'd say to me. She didn't say that this time. My mum's had another seizure. And her white cell count has begun to drop massively. Some part of her body is giving up. And I've been told to set up the plan for what kind of funeral my mum wants and sort that out, talk to her funeral service people, figure out what you want to be done so that when the time comes. Let's be clear, my mum could last another 6 months, another 4 years. This is the crazy things with dementia. It really is, because there's no set timeline. Or she could pass away within weeks. So they have a little booklet that they prepare. Once I've decided on who I want to have for my mum's funeral, then they will have it all set up and ready, so that if anything happens, they will contact the people to come and fetch the body and all that. They'll deal with all of that, so I don't have to. They're wonderful like that. So now I know my mum. We always talked about it. My mum hated funerals, hated the falseness, the fakery, the amount of people that come. And someone once said that. The idea that people come to funerals and say all these wonderful things about a person, but they never say them when they're alive, when it could have made a difference to that person. She never liked flowers, she never wanted wreaths, she never wanted any of that. Just like Paola, she wanted it as simple as possible. And it's down to me, because no one else other than Trevor was part of my mum's life for like the last 10-15 years. No one really made an effort, no one really checked on her, apart from one person, my friend Vic. He was still concerned about her and that. But apart from that, no one really, so I've decided that the way to go is this. I'm going to go for what's called a simple cremation. No funeral. What happens is they take the body, they cremate it, and they bring you the ashes. There's no wake, there's no nothing like that. They just go and do that, and then they bring you the ashes, and then you can spread the ashes wherever you want. I'm going to spread it into the back area of the garden where the tree is. My mum was amazing, and I owe her so much. And I said goodbye to my mum many years ago, before dementia took who she was away. Me and my mum always had a very, very deep connection. And she loved Paola. I knew she was gone. How I knew my mum was really gone was because she didn't even remember Paola. So to me, my mum passing away when she does is not a sad time. It's relief. I've seen my mum screaming in terror. Because she doesn't know where she is or what's going on. I've seen my mum turn into pure violence when walking down a corridor at the hospital, just laughing, and then all of a sudden she smashed a nurse's face into a wall. The instant changes that the damage to the brain was doing. No. You're probably wondering why they aren't taking my mum to the hospital to do with this thingy. The doctor offered to take the GP. They have a proper doctor that comes, dementia specialist doctor that comes to the place, and you'd think, oh, we'll take her to hospital. But there's a point when, as long as she's comfortable, as long as she's not in pain, as long as she's not in any kind of thingy beyond what we can't do anything about, what is the point of taking her to a hospital? Because I'll tell you what will happen there. They'll have to restrain her because she won't know what's happening. And I've been there when things like that happen. I've been there when my mum has been screeching in terror when a lovely nurse just wanted to take some blood. Because there's no way to explain to my mum what's going on. There's no way to explain to her what is going on. And if she goes into hospital, they'll want to do a CT scan to check what's happening. They'll want to take bloods. And what's the point? My mum isn't coming back. My mum isn't going to get better. All it would be doing is prolonging her thingy and putting her in a place. I want to show you something. That is the last time my mum went into hospital. And that was when she was in much better condition, if you can believe that. That isn't my mum. That's my mum. No, we've decided, we already have what's called a DNR in place, a do not resuscitate setup in place. If my mum has a heart attack or anything like that, they'll make her comfortable, but they won't try to bring her back. And now we've basically just said, yeah, what's the point of sending my mum to a strange place where they don't know her? In the home she's in, they know her. The people have been around her for 5 years. They know everything about her, and little things that make her happy. They feed her. Although it's getting harder and harder to feed her. Once again, we've got in place that no forced feeding. It's horrible that you have to say that, because some families want to hang on so much to someone with dementia that they basically put the person through hell. They force feed them with a tube down their fucking throat. Now, yes, if a person's got an illness where they will get better, where they will improve, where there's a chance of a cure, yes. But all you are doing is prolonging that person who has no idea what's going on anymore, and what little bit of mind is still there is confused. No. The people at the place she's at are wonderful, and they're looking after her, and they know her very well. It's just a waiting game now. But yeah, I'm going to have to put aside some of the money I was going to... When Pineapps does the refund, fucking hell, if they ever fucking do. Seriously. And put aside the money for 2 events. The first, if anything happens to Bertie, and the second, if anything happens to my mum. So, yeah, sorry about that. This is Jason for the Quibber channel.